Toughness. I mean, we've just been preaching and working and really trying to instill a greater level of toughness. And we talked about it at halftime that, credit to Morehead State and how they play, but it's very similar to how Southern Miss plays. And they like to, you'll grab balls and they'll come after you have possession or you think you have possession. And the first half, even though we worked on it in practice, we talked about it, we watched it, the first half they just grabbed a lot of balls from us. And so at halftime, we really talked a lot about trying to make sure that when you get that possession, don't think you have it. Like, you just be strong with it. And I was real proud how I don't believe that we got any balls taken away from us. Now, we got some jump balls, we got some fouls, but I felt like for the most part, we were a lot tougher with the ball down the stretch. We didn't make good choices all the time, passing the ball or dribbling the ball, but at least we weren't giving it up just by holding possessions.
In the huddle of that last time out with 4 seconds left, you said that you asked them, what do you want? Do you want to foul or play it out? So you gave your players, I guess.
Yes, that's right. If it was my first choice was to foul, to make sure that they didn't make a 3. I was going to foul them, but then I thought I didn't want to take it out of the players' hands without them having 100% buy-in. And so I asked them, I said, either way, we can win this ball game. So, but you've got to make sure whichever way we play it, you're going to play that way well enough to win. And I said, so we can foul, put them at the line, make sure we get the rebound, take a timeout, get down here, close it out. Or you can play it out, but you can't foul a three-point shooter and you can't give an open look. And so it got quiet in huddle for a second. And then Alexis said, play it out. And then they all kind of bought in. So I felt comfortable when we came out of the huddle that it was their decision. It's their play. And that was the most important thing.
Go back to a zone again in that last bit. Sort of reminded me like in Miami where you trap those shooters outside
yes.
and to take a lot of that time off the clock.
Absolutely, and to make sure that somebody doesn't get wide open free unless they're really, really deep. I mean, you can't keep everybody from getting free behind the three-point line, but you don't want them to get a good shot behind the three-point line. And so we were trying to make sure when you put somebody up on the ball, that limits your passing options. You got somebody you can pass to the left, you can pass to the right. But if you pass over the top, you're probably going to get a turnover and probably going to get a steal. So that's why we switched the first time we put D on the ball because I felt like there was a chance that player could come in and make a play. So in the second time, because we knew there was a short shot clock, there's a lot less likelihood that player was going to come in and make a play on Raneem. So we switched her and put her on the ball.
Greg, I know Dee was your leading scorer today, but I thought Alexis was your best player.
Oh, Alexis was huge today. She was Dee was leading scorer. We had a bunch of people rebounding the ball and did a good. Dee, Raneem had 8, Dee had 8, and Aram had 8 rebounds. But Alexis was by far the most confident player on the floor, and that's why we put the ball in her hands. One time she turned her back late in a trap, and that's something she made the same mistake against Rice, and that's something we've tried to get her out of. And so maybe the next game, maybe she'll not do that the next game. But overall, she made a huge drive and pivoted down inside. I believe she scored. Did she score that time, or she got fouled and got the free throw line and made 2 free throws? I think she got fouled, made a reverse pivot. So, but she was by far the most confident player on the floor tonight.
Greg, to follow up on Mike's question, do you think we're finally starting to see the best of Alexis? I know she battled in the free throw.
Yeah, no. I mean, we're seeing the best of Alexis that she can be right now, and she's not 100%. And she's playing through still some stuff that a lot of players wouldn't even play through, but that's the kind of competitor she is. I'm still offensively, she's playing better. I still think she's got one of those offensive explosion nights in her where things just all go her way. Like Dee's had some of those this year. Alexis hasn't had one of those yet. So, hey, Thursday would be a good night to have it. So maybe she'll have one Thursday night.
How do you make up for the 21 turnovers and then giving up 20 offensive rebounds, where those have been really detrimental in the past?
Right.
Still pull this out. Just where did you think you made up for that?
Well, I felt like we guarded pretty hard. Even though they got those offensive rebounds, a lot of times they didn't get easy putbacks. And so those offensive rebounds this time, it's a subtle difference, but it's a difference. In the past, we've given offensive rebounds and easy putbacks. And so this time we were fighting for those rebounds. They just are pretty athletic, and they're coming from the perimeter, and that's the hardest box out to stop. somebody's flying in their full speed. And sometimes we didn't do a good job at all. Sometimes we did a good job and they still made a play. And the 21 turnovers, that's real uncharacteristic of our team. From the beginning of the year, two of the things that we've always preached on is make sure that we make free throws and take care of the ball, and we'll be in ball games. And free throws have come and gone for us. We've been good and we've been not so good. But turnovers, we've been pretty solid all year. And tonight, a lot of that credit goes to Morehead State. They were really bringing extra pressure. But some of that is we were just not being strong with the ball, and then we were being panicked a little bit when we had two players on us. And it's a turnover either way. But I tell the players, if you got two on you and you don't see somebody, just eat it. Just hold it. At least we get to play 5-on-5 the other way. And if you panic and cough it up, then it's a 2-on-1 or a 1-on-none down the other end. And we made 2 or 3 of those that we didn't need to make tonight. And so, and then we had some turnovers that were just from hustle. Rom rotated down. We just had some hustle plays that led to turnovers. But overall, the toughness was what was important because we played through that. We didn't let that take us out of the ball game.
Greg, kind of something that you mentioned this before your WNIT game against Miami. But by the time you take the court again, there are not going to be a lot of women's basketball teams still playing.
Yeah, it should be 32.
Yeah.
16 in our tournament and 16 in the other tournament.
What does it mean for your team to get to play one more game and coach this team one more time?
Well,
a lot of teams are done.
Yeah, it's a big compliment to the girls how much we've improved. I mean, Miami of Ohio beat Central Michigan. And we lost to Central Michigan earlier in the year, so that was a good checkpoint for us. And then a big thank you and appreciation goes to Todd Stewart to host this game here and allow our kids to come back and play in front of our fans. And when we were playing at Miami, I told them that if we managed to pull that game out, take care of business, and get back here, we were going to have a good turnout. And we had outstanding fans, and that was probably the difference in the ball game. Those 3 points probably came from playing at home and our great fans tonight. And so I knew our fans would be excited because the last time we played at home, we beat Middle Tennessee. And then our fans, saw us beat Old Dominion and play Rice tough. And then Miami of Ohio, maybe outside of Rice, the highest RPI team we played since we started conference play. And so I knew that our fans would be excited to come play and come see us play. And so I'm thankful that they turned out, and they made a big difference in our players' energy tonight.
Just one last question for you, Coach. It seems like your players have really, really bought into playing in March, even though it's not in the NCAA tournament, the NIT. Some teams would have, not taken it as a serious opportunity, but it seems like your players have really bought in. How proud of you are them?
Well, I'm really proud, and sometimes the WNIT gets a bad rap. These are good ball teams. I mean, Morehead State's a really good team. They could have won the OVC. Belmont's really tough, but Morehead State could have won. Miami of Ohio's tough. They could have won the MAC tournament and been playing. And so, we're going to go play Ohio. Ohio could have won that tournament and been playing. So these are really good teams that we're playing. And as you can tell tonight, these are good games that we're getting great experience. This should help our players in the future when we play in a conference tournament and the next time we get to play an NCAA tournament. So there's no knock on playing. The difference is, last year we played an NCAA tournament, we played 1 game. We got smacked and we got on the bus and came home. So this time we're getting some real valuable experience, some close, tough ball games when you win or you go home. And so you can't replace this. You can practice all day long, but you're not going to be able to recreate this. So there's a lot of positives to being able to keep playing.